All right, welcome back. So here's another project that I've done. I've been out for a couple of months. I've been studying Kubernetes. I recently passed the Certified Kubernetes Administrator exam, and now I'll deploy a EKS cluster, and we'll deploy a simple retail app using Kubernetes. So here's the architecture. We will be using uh, Terraform to automatically deploy our AWS environment. We have availability zone A and availability zone B. We have we have private subnet and a public subnet. On the private subnet, we will put there the EKS control plane, the worker nodes, and on the public subnet, we'll put the gateway, the load balancer for the retail app, and the Grafana and Prometheus UI. So let's start. Let's start. I've I put all the files needed on the on my GitHub page. I will link everything on the description box. First thing is we will clone the repository of the um, AWS environment. So we'll go to the EKS retail, and then we will be using Terraform. So we will initialize it. Okay. Terraform plan. All right, so we'll run Terraform plan to see if everything is working. All right. 34 to add, 0 to change, and 0 to destroy. So the Terraform apply. All right, enter a value, yes, or type in yes. All right, this thing would take probably 15 minutes to complete. So I'll just pause the video and get back once everything is done. Okay, AWS environment has been provisioned, 34 added. So let's go to the AWS console to quickly check it. Okay, so we'll go to Amazon EKS, click on cluster. All right, we have our retail cluster here. Just check if everything is the way it should be. All right, not working. All right, compute. So nodes. Okay. So we have one node group, which I named worker nodes, and we have two worker nodes for inside our cluster. Okay, so that's done. Now we'll deploy our application. Okay, time to update our EKS config. So we are using US East 1 and the name of our cluster. Okay, let's just make sure that this is working. Okay, get nodes. All right, so we're ready to deploy our application. All right, so this is a retail application that I okay, so this is a um, retail application deployment that I found online. Um, I I checked this one out. This is pretty good for the project that we're trying to build. So let's just use it. kubectl apply, and let's wait for it to be deployed. All right, so the retail application has been deployed. It's really easy to deploy application using Kubernetes. It's a vendor neutral platform. Now we just need to test it out. So okay, get service and the name of the service UI. So since we've deployed a service using, or since we deployed a load balancer service, it automatically provisioned a load balancer for us, which we can access. There we go. Okay. Next up is to deploy Prometheus and Grafana, and we will be deploying it via Kubernetes as well. We will use Helm. Okay. Then custom.yaml. We'll create a custom YAML file so that we can change the service type of Prometheus and Grafana to a load balancer so that we can access their graphics interface. Okay, installing this thing with custom the values. All right, my bad. Should just be custom.yaml. Alright, so it's now installing. Not sure how long this would take, so I'll just get back once it's done. Alright, so Prometheus and Grafana are installed, so let's see here. Okay, got pods. By the way, I installed, or I launched the Prometheus and Grafana on the default namespace, but the best way to do it is to deploy it on a different namespace, like say monitoring, for for you to easily find the pods or the service that you are looking for. But right now it's just a project, so we can easily find it since we don't have a lot of services and pods running, but at the moment, but it can get confusing. on production environment. So get SVC. So we'll get the Prometheus load balancer. And then the Grafana load balancer. Right, the Prometheus one, what did we use? 1990. Okay. So we need to export 9090. There we go. So we have the Prometheus interface here and the Grafana login. So the default one, the default password, admin. All right, it's not working. So let's get the password for it. Let's check for the secrets. SOQ, Prometheus, stack Grafana. Okay, get secrets. Let's extract the YAML file or extract it. Yeah, the YAML file. The password is base 64 encoded, so we'll just decode it using base 64. Base 64. All right, prom operator is the password. Now let's try it. Prom operator. All right. Okay. So we have installed or we provisioned Prometheus and Grafana on our EKS cluster. Now Prometheus and Grafana works hand in hand. So Prometheus gather the data, and we can create, we can make sense of those data. Let's go to dashboard, and let's just have a quick look on it. Compute resource cluster. There we go. So we have the CPU utilization. These are preloaded dashboard from Grafana. What we will do here is we will create a application level monitoring. We will be using Prometheus and Grafana. So Prometheus will get those metrics, and we'll create some visualization charts on Prometheus or on Grafana. But first thing is we will create a service monitor for the catalog. YAML. Let me just quickly create this one, and then service monitor for the catalog has been created. On our retail store sample, the catalog page is or the catalog page has metrics live metrics, and we will be using Prometheus to get those metrics from the catalog app or from the catalog page, and then we'll create a Grafana dashboard using those metrics. So let's test it out, see if everything is working. So we have it here. So the service catalog. And then let's go to here. And then let's just do a query. So process start time catalog. Okay. So this is the, let's see. This is the total uptime. And we'll just get back to our dashboard. We'll click on new. What we'll do is we'll create a app level monitoring. And we'll use Grafana or Prometheus and Grafana. So our data source is Prometheus. Should be code, promql query, run query. We will use a stat, and so there's this threshold here, so we won't be needing any threshold since this is an uptime. So the higher the time is, the better. We'll name this as uptime, and then the color mode is background gradient, and then we don't need the graph. The unit should be seconds. Time, seconds. There we go. So let's save it. Title is retail store catalog. Catalog. We'll add another query. This time it's the average request duration for the past 5 minutes. So click on stat. We'll name this as average request duration, and then color mode, background gradient. Don't need a graph. And the unit is seconds. And we'll add a threshold of, say, 2 seconds. Save dashboard. All right, so this one calculates the average request duration for the past 5 minutes, and we put in a what do you call this? We put in a threshold for 2 seconds. So if the request duration or average request duration is longer than 2 seconds, it will alert us. So let's just click on put in the refresh as 5 seconds, and then we will add another. This is the total request, Run query. So this calculates the total request for the catalog page. And as same as before, background gradient, none. And then we will remove this one. And decimals. So we have 14 requests. Save it. Total request. Let's just put it in here. And let's just see. Just click on that. See if it will update. Alright, so it just took a while for it to update. But we have 35 total requests now. We'll add another one. Visualization. Run query. So this is the request by status. And this is a we'll use it as, or we'll use a pie chart for this. All right, so let's save it. So right now, all of the request is 200 because we haven't had any errors yet. But let's just make it catalog. Let's just create, let's see. Let's just make some errors here. All right, so we should have a few error, and we'll also create another visualization for the error rate. The unit is percent. So we'll have it bar chart again. No, bar chart. Stat, and then percent. We'll put in a threshold of 0.5. Graph is color mode, background gradient, and then save. So we have 4 errors. Error rate is 0%, but it should update in a few minutes. Right, so I explicitly added errors to the catalog page, and let's get back to it. So the error rate is 18.9%. So I put a threshold for 20%. Let's check if that one works. So we'll add more errors. see. All right. Error rate is 37%. So it's now giving us an alert that it breached the threshold. We can set up a alert based on what I've read. We can create an alert that notifies us via email, SMS, Slacks, probably Discord. I'm not 100% sure, but I know email and Slacks are there. So yeah, that's it. Just a quick tutorial on how to launch service or launch a app via Kubernetes. How to create graphs using Grafana and using Prometheus. I will link a big shout out, to Ryan Slim. I will link his YouTube video on the description. He discussed Prometheus and Grafana in depth. He has been very helpful for me on this project, and he has a lot of great videos. That's it. Last thing to do is just delete everything. So we'll delete the retail app. Alright, I'll just delete everything. Alright, I think everything has been deleted. Say there's no more pods. There's no more service. Next thing is to delete our AWS environment. So Terraform, destroy, from destroy. Our AWS environment has been okay. So our AWS environment that we provisioned has been deleted, destroyed. We're done. I'll see you guys on the next project.